Good evening, everybody. This is the National Weather Service servicing the New Orleans Baton Rouge area. And here's the weekly weather briefing for this week. This is going to be an outlook all the way through next Saturday. So, the quick overview we currently have a very strong low pressure system that's going to pass through the area tonight. This low pressure system is going to bring cold, breezy, and rainy conditions for most areas. However, there is going to be a mix of rain, sleet, and snow across parts of southwest Mississippi and for areas generally north of Baton Rouge in southeast Louisiana tonight. The temperatures are expected to remain warm enough that we're not really expecting anything in the way of accumulation with this event, but it will be quite interesting for a lot of people to see some snowflakes and some sleet pellets mix in with the rain at times. The strong low pressure system is also causing some very hazardous boating conditions in the coastal waters, and so we do have small craft advisories and gale warnings in place through tomorrow. Once this low pressure system passes by, we're generally expecting cool and dry weather for the rest of the week. So here's the quick overview of the watches, warnings, and advisories in effect for the area. And you can see for our region, it really is just the coastal waters issues with the gale warnings and the small craft advisories in effect. The area, they're both in purple, but the darker purple area that's generally west of the river and includes areas around Grand Isle, Port Fourchon, basically Barataria Bay, Terrebonne Bay, that area. That's where we're expecting to see gale conditions, so the gale warning is in effect. And if you may ask, what is a gale condition? Well, basically that means that we're expecting winds to be in excess of 40 miles per hour at times. And that's going to create very rough seas and just very, very dangerous conditions for any inexperienced boaters out there, any inexperienced mariners, and especially for smaller craft as well. Further to the east, generally for areas east of the Mississippi River, so your Chandler, Breton Sound areas, Mississippi Sound, Lake Borgne, Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Maurepas, we're going to see a small craft advisory in effect through tomorrow. And what that means is that we're expecting winds in excess of 20 miles an hour with frequent gusts up around 30 miles an hour. And this will also create some very rough seas, generally even up to possibly 10 feet. So again, small craft and inexperienced mariners, it's really advised to stay on shore tonight into tomorrow, and conditions will improve as we get into Tuesday and the rest of the week, where you'll be able to go out and fish or do any type of recreational activities or even commercial activities if you may have smaller craft that you operate from for any shrimping, crabbing, or oyster operations. You can also see just off on the northwest side, just outside of the area that we cover, there is a winter weather advisory in effect and even a winter storm warning. So if you do have any travel plans further to the northwest across Louisiana, say if you're going up towards Alexandria or Shreveport or Monroe or even over towards Jackson, Mississippi, later tonight or even into tomorrow, you're going to encounter some rough conditions. There will likely be, road closures. The roads are going to be dangerous and slick. So that's just it's advised not to travel into those areas tonight or tomorrow, and even possibly into tomorrow night if they don't get the roads cleared off or sanded in a reasonable time. Everything should melt by Tuesday for sure. So here's the 7-day forecast. This is for the New Orleans and Baton Rouge metropolitan areas. You can see in New Orleans, we're expecting just a cold rain tonight. We have a very high chance of rain at 90%. The low is only going to get down to around 40, and that's going to keep it all rain. And then tomorrow's going to be a cold, raw day. We'll have some scattered showers around in the morning, but those will come to an end by the afternoon. It's going to remain mostly cloudy throughout much of the day. And then we'll see conditions turn sunny as we get into the latter part of the week and into the upcoming weekend. And as the sun comes out, temperatures will also begin to warm up. We'll still be well below average. The average high this time of year is in the lower 60s all the way through Wednesday, and then we'll finally get closer to normal as we get into Thursday and Friday. There will be another front that comes through during the day on Friday, and so that's going to drop our temperatures back down below average as we go into the upcoming weekend. If you look in Baton Rouge, we're expecting pretty much an all-rain event in the city of Baton Rouge itself for tonight. Temperatures are going to be a couple degrees colder than New Orleans, around 38 degrees. However, the northern sides of Metro Baton Rouge, like I mentioned before, so if you're going up towards Zachary or up into the Felicianas, even over towards New Roads, you're going to possibly see, well, not possibly, we've already had reports, you're going to see a mix of sleet, snow, and rain tonight. And there aren't really going to be any accumulations because temperatures are going to remain in the mid 30s. But like I said before, it should be something cool to see, especially, you know, tonight and as you wake up even into tomorrow morning. There may be some flakes and sleet pellets falling out of the sky. Conditions are going to begin to improve a little more quickly in Baton Rouge. There's only a 30% chance of seeing an isolated to scattered rain shower, you know, after sunrise tomorrow. And skies may even start to turn partly cloudy by the late afternoon. It is going to remain cold with highs only in the upper 40s. And then, much like New Orleans, there's going to be a gradual warming trend back to more normal temperatures by the end of the week, with the cold front coming through on Friday and dropping temperatures back into the upper 50s by Saturday. And that should continue into Sunday as well. So now here's the 7-day forecast for Gulfport and McComb. Along the Mississippi coast, Gulfport, Biloxi, Pascagoula, Bay St. Louis, temperatures will get down into the middle 30s as well, or middle to upper 30s. You know, 37 right along the coast and probably closer to 35. A little bit further inland, say up by Saussure or over towards Picayune. And even up by Poplarville, there may be a few sleet pellets to try to mix in. We'll have to see how that all plays out, but no accumulation for those areas. Temperatures tomorrow will remain cold, and the rain will take a little bit longer to clear out as well. So you can see we actually still have a 65% chance of rain along the Mississippi coast, and really it looks like tomorrow morning is going to be pretty rainy all morning long, and we'll begin to see some improvement as we get into the afternoon. And the clouds are really going to stick around much of the day. It's also going to be a little breezy, especially closer to the coast, with north winds of 15 to 20 miles an hour. So with those temperatures in the low 40s, it's going to feel like it's in the 30s all day. So just not a really, really pleasant day at all along the Mississippi coast and basically all across southern parts of or southeastern parts of Mississippi. And then the same trend as I was talking about at the other places, as we get into Tuesday and the rest of the week and even into Saturday, the sun comes out, temperatures begin to slowly warm. Will remain below average through the middle of the week and then close to average as we get into Thursday and Friday, before the next front comes through and drops us back down into the 50s for the upcoming weekend. Now the bottom panel there, that's going to be for McComb. So this is going to cover the region of southwest Mississippi. You know, this includes McComb, Woodville, you know, Tylertown, you know, Natchez, Brookhaven, those areas. And I highlighted the box in red because at least for our 4 counties that we cover, which is Amite, Walthall, Pike, and Wilkinson counties, we're expecting a wintry mix of rain, sleet, and snow tonight. Now, temperatures are expected to remain just above freezing. We're talking 33, 34, 35 degrees. So we're not expecting anything in the way of accumulation at this time, at least on the ground. That doesn't mean that we might not have some minor accumulation on exposed surfaces, like on your car, or maybe, you know, up in the tree branches. Some bridges may be a concern. The main area I would be concerned with the most is in northern Wilkinson County. We'll just have to see how the temperature profile goes. But at this point, we're really not expecting anything in the way of extreme accumulations or extreme issues with accumulations for tomorrow morning across southwest Mississippi. As we get into the day on Monday, the rain chances are still going to be fairly high at 55% through the morning hours, with the higher rain chances in Pike and Walthall and lower rain chances in Amite and Wilkinson. And basically by, I'd say, late morning to early afternoon, everything should begin to shift off to the east as far as the rain goes, and we may even see some breaks in the clouds as we get into the late afternoon, especially for Wilkinson and Amite counties. Temperatures are going to be very cold. Highs only will reach around 40 degrees, and with that north wind of, you know, around 10 miles an hour, the temperature, the feels like temperature is going to be in the low to mid 30s all day. So very cold, very wintry type of day across southwest Mississippi. Tomorrow night temperatures will drop down into the upper 20s. We're not expecting a hard freeze at this time. It just doesn't look like it's going to be conducive for that, but it is going to be very close. So definitely, you know, it's going to be, I would call it a moderate freeze for southwest Mississippi tomorrow night. You don't have to worry about your pipes, but everything else, people, plants, pets, definitely make sure that those guys are and plants are all protected. As we get into the rest of the week, it's the same general trend, just like we've seen with all the other locations. The sun comes out by Tuesday and remains in place through Saturday. Temperatures warm back up closer to normal by Thursday and Friday before the front comes through, Friday and drops temperatures for the weekend. So that's the way it looks for everybody over the next 7 days. Once we get through tonight and tomorrow morning, conditions look like they'll be a lot nicer, warmer, and drier. So here's the quick summary of impacts. Like I said before, there's the strong low pressure system that's impacting us, and that's going to pass through the area tonight. We're expecting cold, breezy, and rainy conditions for most areas, with a mix of rain, sleet, and snow expected across portions of southwest Mississippi and areas north of Baton Rouge, but no accumulation really is expected with this. Maybe in northern parts of Wilkinson County around Dolorosa, there might be stuff on, people's cars, a little bit of just minor dusting on people's cars, on tree branches, exposed areas like that, but I don't expect any significant impacts, and not enough for any type of winter weather advisories or warnings. The other big issue is the hazardous boating conditions we're expecting through tomorrow, with small craft advisories and gale warnings in place. So it's highly advised if you don't have a lot of experience as a mariner, or you're on a smaller craft, definitely just stay in port and wait for Tuesday when conditions begin to improve if you want to go out boating. And otherwise, we're expecting cool weather through much of the week, and dry weather as well. We may approach normal towards the end of the week, but it's still going to be not exactly a stretch of really warm weather coming up at all. So that's the forecast and the outlook for the next 7 days. Everybody have a good night, stay safe, and if you're in the northern part of our area, enjoy a few of the snowflakes and sleet pellets. It's a rare thing for this region to get something like that. So everybody have a good one. And that's it. Goodbye. Thank you.